everybody, John12 back here again with another video, and I'm here to give you another Batman v Superman theory slash speculation video, if you will. Now, this is more or less just me talking about the possibly, and more than likely, most controversial and polarizing aspect of the newest trailer of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Now, of course, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's quite obvious in the title and image, but overall, I'm talking about Doomsday. Doomsday is the number one thing that everyone and their mother is continuously talking and bitching about on the internet. I feel like, and if you don't know what I mean, just go on YouTube. It's simple. Just go on YouTube, type in the search bar Batman v Superman reaction / review, and you'll probably find like 50% of the internet who hates the fact that Doomsday in the movie, and another 50% who are I guess hate the fact that they showed it in the trailer, and then there's like another portion of people who don't even know what the fuck Doomsday is, so you probably shouldn't even listen to them. But overall, I personally don't give a shit if Doomsday's in the movie. I personally don't care. If you watched my, or listened to my review of the newest trailer, I did have a problem with the fact that they showed Doomsday, but I don't really care if he's in the movie. I feel like a lot of people are kind of overreacting over the fact that Doomsday's in this movie. It's not that big of a deal. I feel like it's the only real travesty when it comes to Doomsday being in the trailer is the fact that Doomsday's in the freaking trailer. Now, is it awesome? Yes, I think it looks cool. I mean, granted, some people have compared the look of Doomsday with Abomination or one of the Ninja Turtles or something, which is valid. I mean, I'll give you that. But at the same time, is it really that big of a deal? I don't really think so. I mean, granted, there's been a lot of theories out there that Doomsday is this ultra-powered mutant reanimated version of General Zod, and essentially the more beaten down he gets by the Trinity, the more powerful he becomes. There's that theory that's been brewing around, which I think is pretty cool. So maybe at some point we will see a more iconic looking of Doomsday, but as it stands, I don't really see that much of a problem with it. But with that being said, Doomsday being in the trailer really annoys me, and it annoys a lot of other people, which is completely a valid opinion, but him being in the movie, I don't think it's that big of a problem. Now, why is Doomsday in this movie? Well, it's quite simple. Doomsday is a ploy, a pawn, if you will, of Lex Luthor. If you listen to the trailer frame by frame, essentially Lex Luthor, as the trailer continues to go on, he talks about the fact that if man does not destroy God, then the devil will do it, which of course he's referencing Doomsday, which is his ultimate creation, his ultimate, weapon against the Kryptonian, the last son of Krypton, if you will. And my idea and speculation and theory over that is essentially Lex Luthor, let's be honest, he is the ultimate villain in this movie, regardless of how, it's like, he's the brain, Doomsday will be the muscle. And his idea is that he wants Batman and Superman to kill each other. He wants them to basically cancel each other out, so he'll be rid of both of them. It's kind of like a win-win scenario with Lex. He doesn't like Superman, and he probably doesn't think that much of Batman, so if he thinks that, okay, if he gets the Dark Knight and the Man of Steel butting heads against each other, and they fight and possibly destroy each other, then it's pretty much a win-win scenario. And if Dark Knight defeats Man of Steel, then it's still a win-win scenario with Lex Luthor. He still wins at the end of the day because he is the chess master. He is putting out all the stops. He is putting out all the pawns, the knights. He is the king, and he's pawning, if you will, all of these idiots who don't even know what it's really going on. Of course, there's some references that Lois Lane probably obviously knows already. Superman's in the background doing God knows what the heck is doing over there. But Doomsday is the pawn. He is the monster. He is the Frankenstein's monster, if you will, of this movie that is used to destroy Superman once and for all, which is why Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman have to team up together to stop. They're the reasoning behind that Dawn of the Justice League is Doomsday being a thing. So, if that's the reasoning behind the Dawn of the Justice League is Doomsday being the main threat and destroying Gotham City or Metropolis or what have you, then I'm alright with it. I'm okay. The theory behind that is okay. I don't find any qualms with it. Now, there's some other people who are trying to backtread on this, who don't want to think that it's Doomsday. Some people want to think it's a Bizarro Superman, or maybe it's a Bizarro General Zod, or some kind of whatever. I don't know. What the trailer says to me, at least to me, in my subjective opinion, is that Lex Luthor takes General Zod's body, he buys it out from the military, the government. He starts testing maybe some kryptonite, fucking Kryptonian DNA, mixes it some stuff to try and make some kind of, have some kind of power over Superman, try to find a way to destroy Superman, and inadvertently, possibly, retroactively, possibly, creates this Doomsday monster, unleashes it on the world because he's a force of nature. Obviously, he's not going to be listening, and then destroys everything. So there's that, and I'm full on for that. And it also kind of feels like they're going for like a New 52 kind of Doomsday kind of thing, because if you know the origins, the original origins of Doomsday, it's very different from the way the trailer is making us perceive it, so I'm also okay with that too. I don't really see that much of a big problem. And I understand completely why this is such a problem for people, because they want the Death of Superman movie. Now granted, is it possible we will get this movie? I don't know. However, is it possible that we can get that in this movie? If you remember and you go back and look at the leak scripts or screenplays, if you will, of Batman v Superman, I remember there was one in particular where Superman is actually killed by Doomsday within this movie. So by the end of the Dawn of Justice, Superman dies. Now that's going on an extremely out there limb, which I'm pretty sure is wrong, but wouldn't it be really crazy if that's how they ended, like completely crazy how they end the Dawn of Justice movie? That would be insane. Of course, it would not make that much sense considering the fact that Superman has to be a part of this franchise, seeing as how we're going to do a freaking possible, hopeful Superman Man of Steel sequel, and obviously the Justice League movies. So there's a lot of real crazy stuff going out there. I don't know where we can go from here. Doomsday being in the movie is not a terrible thing. Is it the best thing that could have happened? Probably not. I'm pretty sure they could have came up with an original character or some other kind of form of villain. But at the same time, it makes sense to me. The theory behind Doomsday being the force of nature that destroys everything that Lex Luthor creates, that forms the Justice League, I'm all for that. Did they have to show that in the trailer? No, they did not. They did not need to show that in the trailer. I feel like they could have saved that for the movie, and they could have had a massive, insanely amazing effect. But then again, there's still a whole bunch of things we still don't know about the movie and the logistics of Doomsday. Is it really General Zod? Is it the real Doomsday? Is it the Doomsday virus? Is it a Bizarro Superman? I don't know. I feel like it's actually just Doomsday that's been created via General Zod, Lex Luthor DNA experiment testing. That's just my personal speculation. But let me know yours in the comment section below. Comment below. Let me know what you personally think about what I had to say in this video. Do you think Doomsday is an important part of the movie? Do you think he is the purpose as to why the Justice League is formed? And do you hate the fact that Doomsday's in the movie? Or do you hate the fact that we saw him in the trailer? I know there's like a 50-50 here with fans online about that. So let me know what you personally think. But that being said, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at John12. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I hope you guys enjoyed, and this has been John12.